This online session is part 2 of MagicInfo server. In this session we'll look at device content, remote firmware update and user management. This session is composed of 2 parts. 1. Device management. 2. User management. Part 1. Device management. Learn here how to manage devices in MagicInfo server. Click device icon in main menu. Each device is presented in the form of a thumbnail. Its appearance reflects the current status of the device. By clicking the device thumbnail, the user can get more detailed information about the device itself and its current status, adding own memo about the device. To add comments about the device, click the Memo button. Changing device name. Click Edit button to change information about the device or its settings. In the Information tab, the user can change basic information such as device name or its location and check device hardware configuration like CPU or memory. Checking hardware details such as memory and storage size. Time can be set on this tab. In the Time tab, the user can set the device time and date and configure one of the built-in timers. Setup options. More advanced device settings can be configured in the Setup tab. The Display tab allows to take remote control of the device, for example switch power, input source or change volume level. Let's remotely power off the screen. As we can see, the screen is off. When the device is powered off or not connected to the server, it is not possible to edit the device settings or establish a VNC session. Let's power on the screen using Quick Control Panel. Another way to remotely control devices is to use Quick Control Panel. The user can select several devices and control them at once. Few seconds later. Changing the input source. Screenshot is unavailable if PC source is disconnected. There is no content playing now on the screen. Choosing MagicInfo Lite or S will take screen back to MagicInfo S Player. Let's change Schedule channel. Checking display options closely. All options can be reset easily. The Notifications sub-menu allows to check all devices' status, so that user can easily track which device needs attention. Remote firmware update. In the Software sub-menu, the user can manage the device firmware in software files as well as schedule updates deployment. Prior to any new firmware or software deployment, user has to register a proper image file. First, the user needs to register a new firmware image. Registered firmware image can now be deployed. List of all firmware images can be exported if needed. After image file registration, the user can prepare deployment schedule. Now the user is able to set deployment start time and date, as well as device range to which new image will be sent. After successful deployment, the user can check the status. Part 2. User Management. MagicInfo Server has powerful built-in user management features accessible under User menu. During the server installation, 2 user accounts are created: Server Admin and Default Organization Admin. It is possible to add more users with the default organization or create additional organization with users within. While creating a new organization, the user is also creating an administrator account for it, as well as new root group of the same name within Contents, Playlists, Schedules and Devices menus. Each organization should be treated as a separate being, with its own admin, users, contents, playlists, schedules and devices. Only the server admin has access to everything registered on the server and is able to move items between organizations. To make a new organization, the administrator must create a new user first. Checking newly created group. Let's move a screen to the new group. Device can be filtered by group. Checking available users' roles and capabilities. Users' rights within an organization are managed through roles. There are several predefined roles available, but it is possible to create custom roles. User can create new roles from scratch, or use any existing role as a starting point for the customization. Within a role, user can grant or revoke a right to read, create, or manage any item that belongs to the organization within the following areas: contents and playlists, schedules, devices, or users. Role can also grant the right to manage server settings. Adding custom capabilities. Creating new user with a custom role granted. After creating a new role, it is possible to apply it to a new or existing user.